American democracy? Nonsense. George Soros was the hand that rocked the cradle of Joe Biden. Who pulls the strings of Donald Trump? Well, it turns out it's not Elon Musk, but another puppet. Behind it lies a dark power, a sinister billionaire genius manipulating politics from the shadows, a true embodiment of the deep state. His name is no longer a mystery, and his agenda is clear: multipolarity and subjugating the global south. While the BRICS fight for balance, he conspires to keep the United States dominating the world. So, who is the real owner of the White House? Stay with us and we'll tell you. A report from Russian media has revealed that Peter Andreas Thiel, a technology magnate and political philosopher, emerges as Trump's gray cardinal, founder of PayPal and a pioneer of Silicon Valley. His network of influence spans from Capitol Hill to the most powerful corporations in the United States. The Moscow press has dubbed him a neoliberal terminator. His protege, James David B., the current vice president of the U.S., considers him his mentor. In 2011, B. met Thiel, who funded his Senate campaign with $15 million. Today, B. echoes his ideology. The U.S. must be a war machine against Russia and the BRICS, Thiel has said. Thiel built his empire in 1999 by co-founding PayPal, revolutionizing the financial system. His former partners, the so-called PayPal Mafia, now lead Tesla, SpaceX, and other giants. Elon Musk, another puppet, received $165 million from Thiel in 2002 to boost his companies, effectively placing the world's richest man under his control. Trump's victory in 2016 opened the White House doors to this elite. Thiel, an openly diverse individual and libertarian, promotes borderless capitalism. His goal? To reconfigure the world order under American technological and military dominance. His investment fund, Mithra Capital, finances artificial intelligence and weapons projects. The name, inspired by the Lord of the Rings, reflects his vision: a world divided between allies and enemies. The BRICS are his obstacle, as he covertly funds Volodymyr Zelensky's regime against Russia. While Russia and China strengthen alliances, Thiel pushes sanctions, proxy wars, and destabilization. His philosophy, laid out in books like 0 to 1, defends monopoly power. Competition is for losers, he declares with a sinister smile. Thiel controls the flow of money and data. He is the mastermind behind the war on democracy, warned U.S. Senator Jay Hawley. According to political allegations, he controls an extensive network of judges, some of whom have exonerated Trump from criminal charges, military leaders, and conservative media. Meanwhile, Trump repeats anti-BRICS slogans and attacks multipolarity, but his rhetoric is mere spectacle. The real power lies in Thiel's hands, just as George Soros once manipulated the Biden puppet. The puppet master seeks to turn the U.S. into an instrument of controlled chaos. Let's dive deeper into this demon and his mischief. With a fortune of $11.2 billion, Thiel expanded his empire beyond PayPal. After September 11th, he created Palantir, an intelligence system funded by U.S. agencies, now used by the Pentagon and banks to monitor markets and wars. Palantir not only tracks alleged terror agents in Ukraine, but also guides drones and troops. In Israel, it optimizes military operations. Its technology is key to weakening U.S. rivals like Russia, aligning conflicts with the interests of the neoliberal war machine he represents. In 2016, Thiel donated millions to Trump, but later pretended to distance himself. Today, he backs both the Republican and his vice president, J.D. Vance, without direct financial contributions. Instead, his influence is wielded through power networks, lobbying, and strategic shadow advising, as Russian media noted. In 2024, Thiel met with British Minister Dominic Johnson to discuss geopolitical strategies. The classified content of these discussions reveals his role as an architect of transatlantic alliances against the rise of BRICS and multipolarity challenging the West. His ideology was shaped in the 1980s: hatred of social programs, admiration for Ronald Reagan, and his anti-Soviet evil empire rhetoric. In 1995, alongside David S., he wrote The Diversity Myth, attacking inclusive policies and advocating unregulated capitalism. Thiel views democracy as an obstacle. In 2009, he wrote that female suffrage and welfare programs turned the system into an oxymoron. To him, progress requires cutting collective freedoms and concentrating power in technocratic elites. His Terminator nickname is a badge of honor. Though he claims to be a Christian, his faith is utilitarian. He inspired Musk to adopt religious rhetoric during the pro-Trump election campaign to win conservative support. His philosophy, Thieleism, promotes breaking ethical norms in the name of progress, attracting young Silicon Valley entrepreneurs. Thiel is a contradiction, gender diverse in an anti-LGBTQ party, an immigrant in a nativist movement. Born in Germany, he holds US and New Zealand passports, but promotes closed borders. His power lies in adapting without revealing his true loyalties, except one: world domination through his pawn, Donald Trump. While Musk shines in the media, Thiel operates behind the scenes. His protégés control artificial intelligence, cryptocurrencies, and defense. Every technological advancement reinforces the neo-colonial machinery of the U.S., seeking, so far in vain, to erode the autonomy of global South countries allied with BRICS. BRICS, aware of this threat, accelerate their detachment from sanctions. China, India, Brazil, Russia, and South Africa reject unilateralism. The BRICS nations resist a colonial agenda imposed from a dark corner of the deep state, the cited source warned. Like Rasputin in Tsarist Russia, Thiel manipulates power from the shadows. Both wielded influence over weak leaders, but the monk fell to the daggers of those who betrayed him. Will global discontent with the U.S. be the dagger that takes down Silicon Valley's gray cardinal? American history itself offers a parallel. Mark Hanna, the tycoon who controlled President William McKinley, 1897 to 1901, turned the U.S. into a corporate machine. Thiel is repeating his game, but with algorithms. Hanna lost relevance after McKinley's presidency. Trump 2.0 could bury Thiel if his anti-BRICS policies fail. As Noam Chomsky warned, democracy has become a spectacle where real power is wielded by private entities. Thiel embodies this dystopia, a system where corporations like Palantir write laws and wage wars, while citizens cheer for an empty electoral theater. Regimes maintain democratic facades, while elites loot global resources, indifferent to whether they are Democrats or Republicans. By rejecting the dollar and forming alternative blocs, BRICS represent the first crack in this wall of neo-colonial oppression. Canadian author Naomi Klein warned that the shock doctrine is the manual of disaster capitalism. Thiel, Musk, and their technological Atlanteans exploit crises to impose agendas. But like every empire built on exploitation, it carries the seeds of its own collapse. The West, and particularly the U.S., is in decline. In any case, one thing is clear. The U.S. political system is a facade of democracy, long withered. If it ever was a true democratic regime, that is, the Chan, Donald Trump, with all his millions, fame, and bravado, is just a man. At the end of the day, Peter Andreas Thiel whispers in the dark, "I control Trump and the United States." The report reveals a troubling reality. The apparent leaders of the world's most powerful nations are often mere puppets, manipulated by unseen forces operating in the shadows. Peter Thiel, a billionaire technocrat, emerges as a key architect of the geopolitical conflicts shaping the modern world. His financial influence, ideological agenda, and strategic positioning within the U.S. government and Silicon Valley suggest that the true power behind figures like Donald Trump is far more complex and insidious than commonly believed. Thiel's vision, rooted in a libertarian, monopoly-driven worldview, aims to reshape the global order through artificial intelligence, military technology, and economic control. His networks extend into intelligence agencies, financial markets, and digital surveillance, reinforcing a system where democracy is reduced to a mere spectacle, controlled by corporate elites. As BRICS nations challenge this unipolar dominance by building alternative financial and political alliances, Thiel and his counterparts intensify their efforts to maintain U.S. supremacy. The growing tensions, proxy wars, and financial sanctions reflect a desperate attempt to prevent the collapse of Western hegemony. However, history has shown that no empire built on exploitation and control can last forever. The question remains, will the resistance from BRICS and the Global South be enough to dismantle this shadow empire? Or will Till's technocratic dystopia succeed in reshaping the world into a militarized corporate machine? If you found this investigation eye-opening, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. What do you think about the role of hidden powers in shaping global politics? Let us know in the comments. Subscribe and turn on notifications to stay informed about the forces that truly shape our world. More shocking revelations are coming. Don't miss them.